Hey guys, PayDroV here. So, new video for you. And there has been so much things happening, right? So much things going on. How can we keep up with all of it? Well, you don't. You don't worry about the things in this world. You have all trust in God's plan and purpose. So, with with all this going on, I'm not here to present fear or give out bad energy, nor trying to alter or manipulate energy in any sense, because that's how they use their control over us through this programming. So a lot in these videos, I'm showing the programming that they present, either predictive programming, the Hegelian effect, problem reaction solution, chaos out of order, a new world order. It's a switch. So as I'm presenting these things, it is pure speculation. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't take my word for it, but use discernment. That is a gift from God. Not everybody can see things, but if we work together and see things together in unity, we might be able to paint a bigger picture so we can see all together. Okay, so we had the CDC shooting. If you guys have heard about that, it kept popping up on my notifications, on my headlines. So I thought, okay, well, maybe it was just a weirdo doing some weird things and, causing problems. But hey, what if this person was actually doing it and trying to tell people something, but they pinpointed to something as like a mass shooting, a shooting, something that's just not going to make you question what is really happening? Because if you really think about it, why would a person go to a CDC headquarters and start shooting the place unless he had a message or knew something, or in some sense was being silent and he was triggered, maybe a silent sleeper? But remember my old video I made about the tsunami of illnesses coming, right? There was a tsunami, key quote unquote, warning on the West Coast because of an earthquake. But now we're now seeing on the West Coast experiencing a high rise of illnesses. Have you guys heard about died suddenly? We know we've been hearing about that with COVID-19 throughout the years. Well, we're now seeing something in the headlines. Young players now coming to the surface. And if you guys have seen my other video when they were talking about Project Pogo, Project Zypher, and Zypher sounds like Pfizer. I don't know. They will be using things like biological weapon attacks. Um, we are seeing targeted individuals document things. We've been seeing things online, on the internet, and such things do exist, from gang stalking to electric harassment, many things. But in some sense, it is psychological warfare. And there is a war on information and information being received to the people. They try to be traffickers of information. What you want to know, what you going to know, what you hear, read, see, everything online, everywhere you go. That's the programming. That's the control. So now we're saying Trump to remove homeless people off the streets in the movies. In the movies, like I was saying, these type of people get attacked first by such illnesses, right? They can be quickly used to spread, illnesses, diseases, or viruses. So it's a big move. So maybe there's something more to it that Trump knows, because imagine all these homeless people, right, on the streets, and they're more easily um can be targeted. They can be easily targeted by, biological weapon attacks to spread it to the populations, society. Just think of the scenario and why maybe such things can happen, because nobody truly knows why the purpose of these guys making such decisions. If not, God allowed you to see certain things, right? because wisdom is the beginning. The fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom, right? That's the saying. And now we're seeing Washington, D.C., National Guards being sent, and they're saying it's because of crime. Or is there something else behind the scenes going on? They're talking about things like a massive hot rock beneath New England is slowly moving towards New York, and scientists are baffled. What is this anomaly that's only discovered around volcanoes? Hmm? That's very interesting. There was a time where I was listening to Mike on COT, the Council of Time, the Council of Time, and he was saying something about magma being surfaced, like erupting, like underneath us. It's coming up, rising, and it made me think about that. It really did. We're seeing an increase in fires on the West Coast and around the world. More things going on with this ring of fire. And is this such planned, or is it God's purpose that things are happening in this sense? Rivers and waters turn red around the world, such in places like Galilee. It is now becoming is now becoming a biblical standpoint, or is it deliberate by a playbook? We must have faith that things are in God's control, or all else will be meaningless. One second, guys. Let me take a drink of water. All right. So China is experiencing an outbreak and it surpassed 10,000 cases, spreading to Taiwan, and experts warn that it could be the US that's next. That's the programming I'm talking about. The US is next. But first it's going to hit Taiwan, but right now it's in China. Oh, where did we see this from? COVID-19, huh? Oh, it came from China. Hmm. The the blame game, the back and forth, right? This is called predictive programming, and they usher in things like this to manifest into our realities. People also tell me, like, why are you so focused on the things going on around the world? I'm like, because it affects my personal life, and how can I not say something and speak out? And if I have a voice in this world, influence, then yes, I'm going to use that voice for God. And I give all glory and credit to God, the Heavenly Father. And my faith is not going to break. I'll move mountains. I'll keep going. I'll do anything and everything to give the word out, a warning to the people, and let them know in my sense of things, in my intuition, and my discernment when it needs to be spoken. So I speak when God is like telling me, hey, deliver this to the people, my people. And that's what I do. Now, back to the video that I made about the massive tsunami. And it was Dr.bossche who warned of this, that it will collapse hospitals and cause financial, economic, and social chaos. Some even said there was intel leaks about a planned event during an eclipse. And earlier this month, you heard about rumors, remember the online rumors about the 2025 eclipse and it being mistaken for the 2027 eclipse. Well, don't be too bummed out about that, because in September we will have a partial solar eclipse, and that is a month of a false flag month event to take place, most likely, just like 9/11. Now, there's another video that I posted about David Goldberg and his final words. Now, some have speculated that this was a satire clip, or that they made it for fun, or that it wasn't even David Goldberg, and so on and so on. But this man's words are what we already all expected and should have known stepping into the spiritual war. This goes beyond the physical side of things, and that is a battle for the souls. right? These are the things that is surfacing and I'm seeing right now. So I decided to put it together and for you guys to decide, hey, maybe there might be something here. Not to put too much thought or mind to it, but to just to have open speculation that not that all things are possible in this time. And we just got to be open-minded, but not fearful. We got to be alert and caution, but never off guard. And in prayer and in faith, and know that everything is already done. But we have to walk. We have to walk. The journey is ours as individuals. We are the ones to live it. And the purpose of life is to live it to the fullest, right? So that's what we're going to do. So every time that I make these videos, I always give an encouraging message. And I've had to learn a lot through these years, but it was like learning from also you guys and you guys being there and helping me and supporting me and loving me, even if it was from a distance, which also feels so close because even in the sense with God, He's always there, but yet sometimes we feel so far away. That is the spirit, that's the soul, that's the connection. We're all connected. It's like also the consciousness of Christ, and we're all being connected. It is much more beyond us, but God's plan, and us being part of that plan, it is a fulfillment, a joyful moment because it is not a time to be in despair and fearful and sad and scared, but of joy, of the good news. So with that, I hope in some sense you guys find hope in my words. And I'm going to keep making videos. I also want to do a project or expand my voice into a radio, like a radio podcast, and doing something like Mike did with the Council of Time. So even if the power gets knocked off, I want to be able to send like a signal radio, people to be able to hear me. I mean, you might think of the resistance from the Terminator, right? But seriously, I think that would be so cool to be, that hope of faith because we're also going to keep going through things that is not over yet. We're still only beginning to understand that there's so much more to come. So with that, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Um, and I see your comments. I see you guys' comments. You guys have watched me over the years and growing in my faith. It was such a beautiful thing. It's like a proud parent. It's like a proud moment. And it feels good. And that's what keeps me going too. Because like, I don't want to stop. Sometimes I get thrown off, procrastinate, distracted. But I got to remain focused. And I'm really happy and I'm glad that I didn't use up my time to do things and not learn, but also observe and listen and just know that God is always with you. It's a beautiful thing. I'm still learning and growing, and we're all so much, we're so much bigger than they want us to ever believe and think. So, thank you. With that being said, be safe, pray up, prep up, be ready for all things and everything. This is Pedro, and this is my message. Thank you guys. Remain vigilant, have faith, and God bless you all.